Good morning, traders. It is Friday, June 21st, the end of another week and another weekend coming up. A couple of days off from the markets. I'm Jonathan van Clute with Stock Navigators, reminding you to real quick while you're sitting here listening to me, press that thumbs up button, give us a like on the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can stay tuned on what else we have going on in the near future. And of course, if you've got any feedback as well, throw it in the comments below. Any tickers you'd like analyzed, any questions you may have, anything you're struggling with in your trading, throw it in the comments and I'll see what I can do to help. All right, let's start off by looking at the S&P 500. And we had this huge update, up day, I should say. We've had two huge updates recently. And even this, I mean, not huge, but definitely the market has been pushing straight up and went to just within an inch of the all-time high, just got 1 point below the all-time high and pulled off. So now is a big question mark. What's going on? Are we done here? Is this it? Are we double topping? In fact, here, let me zoom out a little so you can see it better. There we go. So what's going on here? Are we double topping at, at this level here and going to fail and time to give up the ghost and head back down? And that certainly would suggest the possibility that this whole thing is actually, this was an A, this was an A, this is the B, and we have a C coming back down again, which is possible. We can't say for certain, although it does kind of look, based on the oscillator, this does look a lot like a wave C being complete. So my suspicion is that, yeah, we're done with ABC here. But it would not surprise me at all. In fact, I'm expecting to see a pullback here before continuing higher. Let me zoom in back again. And that is especially because it looks to me like we've got a wave 1 and a wave 2. And so then this whole thing was a wave 3 up, in which case we've got a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5 of that wave 3, which means we need to see a completed wave 4 and then one last push higher with a wave 5. If that analysis holds, and it's entirely possible that it doesn't, of course, because that's how these things work. The market does what it wants, and we just have to adjust and trade accordingly. But at the moment, it is kind of looking like this diagonal or triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it here, wedge, so many different names. It is kind of looking like this could be the wave 4, that this whole thing could be it kind of finishing up here. Again, we can't know for sure. If it breaks to the downside, then I would expect to see a little bit more of a pullback to a Fibonacci level and then see about marching higher from there. And of course, if it just breaks up from here directly and takes out the all-time high, then this is certainly confirmed as being done. And we're looking for one more push to the upside before completing this smaller wave. And then, of course, that can pull back and retrace and then push higher from there. But at the moment, it is looking like we've got on the bigger time scale, we've got the wave 1 up, wave 2 down, and wave 3 to the upside. So definitely the bigger picture is more upside to come. Of course, as I said, anything can change. Some crazy thing happens in the world. We get a major shooting war breaking out in the Middle East, or any number of other factors can spook the buyers, send them running for cover, and then all bets are off. So we just have to adapt and trade what we see. That is going to be your best bet for success in the markets. So right this instant anyway, I would not be at all surprised. I would be expecting to see some time to absorb this big up move that the market has had, either sideways for a bit, maybe today might be a bit sideways, or pull back a little. Today is also a quadruple witching. So all 4 asset classes are expiring today. You've got, see if I can remember them off the top of my head, equity index options, equity index, equity index options, stock options, futures, and oh gosh, what's the other one? Futures options, I think it is. I'm Forgetting the list here. It's oh, here it is. Okay, that's right. I had written it actually yesterday to somebody else. Stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures. That's the one I always forget. Single stock futures, the SSFs. So they all expire today. So today could be potentially a little volatile. We'll have to see what happens as everybody rolls. They got to sell out their one contract and buy the next if they're going to roll for time. So we'll have to see what happens today. Could be an interesting day for sure. All right, let's take a peek at the Russell 2000, and it's looking much the same. It is still moving up, and similarly, it's not as nice and clear a formation as the ES. The ES is definitely the nice, very, very, very clear market right now. But it does look like we've got the wave 1, wave 2, and then a wave 3 up that we are in currently. So just need to assume that the upside is the overall direction. Certainly the 13 EMA is up. The 50 is, down, but flat to down. But the price has gotten over the 50 and right now is holding above the 50. We've got a nice trend line here. So the direction at the moment is up. Of course, if price comes down and breaks this trend line to the downside, breaks the 50 to the downside, is not able to hold above the 50, then that will change the outlook a little bit. And we could potentially have a pullback to be had on the smaller time frames. It is, it's kind of just confirming what I was just saying. It looks to me like we've got a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, and wave 3 might be finishing up. It's a little hard to eyeball it. Let me just do an extension here and just see what we got, if that is in fact correct. Yeah, it's not quite done yet. Potentially, it's got a bit more room to go to the upside. So, but the same thing. I would not be surprised to see a little bit of a sideways day as profit taking happens here, and of course the quad witching and all that good stuff. So, it's looking like there is further upside to be had though, and then we'll get a nice wave 4, and then we can finish up with a wave 5, one last push up, and it wouldn't shock me a whole lot to see RTY try to challenge its all-time high. And we can get up a little bit further here and then pull back for a nice wave 4 and then one last push up here. We might get up into this sell zone somewhere up here. That would not be surprising at all. So that is kind of my bigger picture target range is somewhere around 1600 or so, somewhere in that 1600, 1620 neighborhood is what I'm looking for out of the Russell. So we'll just have to give it some time, let it play out, see what happens. And right now, anyhow, certainly the trend direction is up based on our trend line and higher highs and higher lows. So let the price action dictate the direction you should be trading. Crude oil. Well, crude has gotten a big boost, not terribly surprisingly. Tensions in the Middle East pretty much always means, oil prices go up. It is always bullish for oil when there's any kind of conflict going on in the Middle East. And again, right now, similarly to everything else that I've been talking about, we've got what looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, and then a wave 3. And then within that, we've got a 1, a 2, a 3. So it's looking like we're kind of in wave 3 of 3 right now. Oscillator is actually gaining strength on the next push up. So everything right now is looking very bullish for oil. That being said, we are still below the 50 SMA. It's perfectly reasonable that price might get up to the 50, somewhere in that area, and then pull back. Use that. Maybe that might be the completion of wave 3. And if that's the case, then we'll be looking for a pause there as a wave 4 is formed, and then we might be able to have a one last push higher for a wave 5, and maybe that gets to somewhere up in the sell zone here, the smaller sell zone, or maybe up into the more significant one there. Either way, there's upside to be had here. It's looking to me like oil's got room to run further here, so we just need to give it that room and let it play out. Let's see, this Fibonacci certainly was reached. And this was I was looking at as being the end of a wave 3. And so we're looking for a wave. This could have been wave 4. It looks like it was wave 4. And now we're looking for wave 5. So we're in wave 3 of 5. Actually, 2. Actually, we're in wave three of five. Anyway, waves within waves within waves. It gets a little crazy, but you get the idea. We're looking for upside in oil. I think there's really no question about that. So unless there's a all of a sudden a huge change in the things that are going on in the Middle East, and suddenly everyone is happy and loving each other, and peace is eternally declared out there or something, which I don't see that happening anytime ever. That's about the only thing I can think of right now that would turn oil around in a significant way. So yeah, oil's looking like there's upside to be had. There's going to be pauses along the way. There's always corrections. Higher highs have to have higher lows. So keep that in mind. Just be buying the dip right now. That's what you're looking for in oil. Gold. Well, look at it go. My goodness. We have come right up to test the high from way back here. That is a thing of beauty if you are a gold bull or gold bug. Either way, you are very, very happy with this move. Gold has not been up here since the start of 2018. And in fact, if I zoom in on that a little bit, see, what is that high? That high is 1415.80. This high is 1415.40. So look at that. Wow. 4 ticks away from that high, and then it pulled back and gave up. So this is going to be a very, very interesting market to keep an eye on. Extremely bullish right now. And on the really big picture, I did this the other day, analysis for somebody in one of our weekly calls. We were looking at gold, and basically on a big picture, on like a big monthly or weekly picture, I think it was a monthly actually, we are looking like we're in a wave 3 right now. So wave 3 should be a big one. So I'm expecting potentially a lot more upside in gold. So keep that in mind. We are in a serious bull market in gold right now, and there's a lot of things going on in the world that will probably help to continue contributing to that. So just be prepared for that, and be looking to trade to the upside. Be looking to buy dips if you're a gold trader, if you want to trade gold, or things that have exposure to gold, if you're trading gold miners or any kind of derivative based around gold. 60-minute chart, yeah, just pretty clear. Although I would say, yeah, have we finished? Yeah, we might actually be finishing up right about now. We might even be in an ABC correction right now. So we could pull back a little bit and before marching to the next high. But that is certainly the area to take out, is this high here. You can see the sellers came in pretty good there once it got up to that high. Not surprisingly, first time back to the zone. But second time, actually, it actually is the first time back to that level. It got to a slightly lower level before, but it's the first time back to that level. And next time back, I would not be at all surprised to see it have some momentum behind it and pick up and blow past it. So just have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely this completion wave down here was a great time to get in. Then we had a wave 1, wave 2, and then we rocketed higher. So definitely gold is picking up strength, though. You can see the oscillator here. We have no signs of a divergence or anything like that going on. We are definitely continuing to gain momentum. So I see further upside ahead for gold. Natural gas. Oh, poor natural gas. Just can't catch a break. Look at that. Although, I shouldn't moan too much because it's really good for the shorts. If you are a natural gas bear, well, you are extremely happy. I mean, natural gas has not been down this level, I don't think ever, quite frankly. Let's go out to a monthly or a weekly. Let's even go all the way out to a monthly, although I don't think it's going to show me anything more. No, it doesn't. Yeah, natural gas has basically never been down this low. This is a record all-time low. That is really something. So it's just one direction down. No question about it. This market only wants to go down. It only wants to head lower. And right now, anyhow, it is not giving us any signs that it is ready to give up on that. We don't have a divergent oscillator in the very short term. Although in the longer term, we kind of do. We've got this level here and now this level here, but oscillator is kind of double bottomed there. So it is potentially divergent. We also had oscillator, or sorry, price. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Try that again. price even higher here, and look where the oscillator was. So actually the oscillator is gradually increasing in strength. Oscillator is not able to push lower here while price goes significantly lower. So I'm still feeling like we're hitting the end of this push fairly soon. Not right now, not immediately, but I think this is going to be running out in the near to midterm. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Watch for a reversal in this market, and then be prepared to trade accordingly in the up direction once the reversal has taken place. All right, let's finish up with a peek at Bitcoin, and look at it go. Oh, look at that 10,000. Look at that 10,000 level, just kissing distance. So close, so close, so close. But I am seriously expecting 10,000 to put up a big fight. I'm expecting that to be significant resistance. We've already got oscillator getting more and more and more divergent as price just continues to go higher and higher and higher. So watch out. This is looking to me like the end of a wave 5, and then we're going to be ready for a pullback wave 4, and that'll be your next buying opportunity. You're going to want to be buying that dip. If you are a crypto trader, especially if you're a long-term believer in crypto, this is not the time to buy. Don't get suckered into buying right at the 10,000 psychological level. It is likely to be significant resistance. That being said, psychological levels don't matter to computers, and especially the crypto markets are so heavily, heavily, heavily dominated by automated computerized trading. And I mean, so are the bigger markets too, high frequency trading, things like that. But crypto is such a tiny market, and even the average individual, you and I, can have automated trading. There's so many different automated bot platforms out there for crypto. I run some. It's very, very easy for the average person to trade crypto in an automated fashion, and that's not so easy for the average person to do in other markets. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at 10,000, because like I said, the computers, the bots, they don't care about psychological levels because they have no psychology. So is it possible that they just trade right through this and blow right past it? Yes, it's possible. But frankly, from what I've seen, crypto still follows all the same stuff, all the same wave counts, all the same Fibonacci retracements. It still follows all the same stuff. So I'm expecting to see a retracement happen right at about the 10,000 level. So we're pretty much there now. The difference between 98.50 and 10,000 is nothing for Bitcoin. That's a 5-minute candle right there. So just watch out for that. Watch for the pullback. You can see we've got a divergence forming on the 60-minute here as price pushes higher. So I'm expecting to see crypto give up the ghost here for a bit, pull back, give us a nice new entry opportunity. It might pull back to somewhere around this level here. That would not be surprising, down to the C level here of this ABC correction. And then we'll have to just see what it wants to do from there. But definitely the crypto bull market is in full effect. Okay, let's finish up. Take a peek at the S&P again. Nothing has changed. We're still just in this little wedge pattern. So we'll have to see what happens today. It's going to be potentially an interesting day. We'll have to see if we get a lot of volatility from the whole quad witching situation, or if we just kind of go sideways. It could be a quiet, flat day. Don't know what we're going to have leading into this weekend. So we'll have to wait and see. Market opens in 27 minutes. So get ready. Get your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. I'm going to go get ready for our premium trading room. So those of you who will be there this morning, I'll see you in a few minutes. Everybody else, I will be back again on Monday to do this again. We'll see what happened on Sunday's market and today's, of course. And again, just a reminder, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, give us a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep you up to date on what we have coming up in the near future. We've got some big things planned, big things coming. And also throw your feedback into the comment box. Let me know what I can do to help your trading. Anything I can do to explain things or analyze symbols or anything like that, please do throw it in the box. I will do my best to help you out and improve your trading. All right, that's it for me, Jonathan Van Clute with Stock Navigators, wishing you a great weekend. Hope you have a good day of trading today if you are in the markets. And until Monday, take care. Bye-bye.